On here, Big 550 KTRS. He's good peeps. Mayor Tom Schneider from the city of Florissant. Welcome back to the Big 550 KTRS.
Glad to be here, McGraw.
Also with us here in studio is Chief Timothy Lowry of Florissant. Good morning, Chief Timothy Lowry. How are you?
Good morning. It's great to be here. Thanks.
You guys are here to talk about National Night Out tonight in one of the great cities in America, Florissant.
Yeah, Chief. We used to have it in August, and we used to boil our brains out.
Yeah, so we kind of bucked the trend a little bit. We're doing ours in October this year, October 2nd. Actually,
it's going to be 90-something degrees out today. So,
well, yeah, we didn't know that. That kind of caught us off guard a little bit.
Government planning at its finest here in Florissant. All right, so what can we expect tonight in the great city?
Well, we have block parties. We have, half a dozen block parties to visit. There's probably going to be other ones that are going to be impromptu.
Yeah, so, myself, the mayor, many of my officers, a motorcycle, along with the entourage, Eddie, our police dog, which anybody who lives in Florissant or the North County area knows all about Eddie, our service dog, and actually more popular than anybody else in the city.
This is a deal where you can just sort of get some neighbors together and get out on the front yard and meet your neighbors and say hi and cook some hot dogs and be friendly, right?
Yeah, we have that all year long, actually. We have block parties. We encourage them. We have them from March till December. Actually, we actually have a bunch of them on Halloween.
Right.
And Eddie's getting out of hand, though. Eddie is really he's a media hound.
Yeah. How would you know that? You don't know anything about that, do you? What is coffee with a cop? What is that?
That's tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, we're going to be at the city diner. What that is gives you the opportunity to come in and in a casual atmosphere, meet some of my officers, interact, talk to the officers, meet them in a different environment than just riding around the street. Once again, myself and the mayor, we attend all of those. Just a great event, great opportunity for people to get to know the police officers and for us to get the citizens.
Is that once a year? How often is that, coffee with a cop?
We do about every other month.
Every other month?
Yeah, different venue.
A different venue. So tomorrow in Florissant, it's where?
It's at the City Diner on St. Francis Street.
What time?
It starts at 9 o'clock, goes till 10:30.
9 o'clock till 10:30. So just come on in, have a cup of coffee, and chat with the police.
City Diner's right across the street from City Hall. They just expanded. We have a guy from Turkey as the husband owner, and a gal from Brazil as the wife owner. It's amazing.
Right.
How about that? All right. What is the Cops in School program? What's that all about?
So it's a program we came up with this year. Is that what we want to do? Is we want our beat officers, not we got SROs, we got dare officers that routinely go into schools. Mm-hmm. But we want the beat officer to go into school. So we're every day we encourage the officer. In fact, we require an officer to stop by one of the schools in his beat. Some of our beats maybe only have 2 schools, others would have 10. We just want them to stop by, walk in, meet the staff, meet some of the kids, maybe go out on the basketball court, shoot basketball with the kids, just so the kids get to know the officers in a different way.
I'll tell you what, that is so important. Even growing up where I did, just knowing police in a different way than what you see on TV. You see them shooting hoops. You see them having a conversation. You see the police officer as a human being, and so God forbid, if and when anything ever goes wrong, there's a connection between you and the police.
Exactly, and that's exactly what we're trying to promote here. Maybe sit down and have lunch with the kids. Go into class, sit around the class, talk to the kids. That's what we're trying to encourage. Our officers have really taken to it. The school districts, I've gotten great feedback from them. They really enjoy it. Obviously, they'd like to have even more visits if they could, but
sure.
Just time limits. The officers have a lot to do in their routine. So.
Yes,
and we've always had the DARE program. We've had that since I've been in office. We have an officer in almost every school from 5th grade to 8th grade. And so we have a lot of outreach through football to our youth. It's great.
Well, the 21st Annual Fall Festival, what's going on there?
A Fall Festival is the biggest block party in the state, from Florissant Road all the way down to the Shrine, with a car show to benefit our Police Welfare Association. There's something for everybody at the Fall Festival. It is a lot of fun.
When is that?
It's Sunday, October 14th from 11 to 5, and it's just the most wholesome thing you could possibly do on a Sunday.
And so tickets, how do we get that? Do you have to be from Florissant to go to the festival?
Everybody's from Florissant that day.
Oh, that's
everybody's
right.
either from there or they're alumni or whatever.
Or they want to be from there or something.
Yeah,
yes.
we got some great weekends. We got that weekend, and then we got Race to the Shrine on the 20th, which is a big deal. It's people that like to run and walk, 5K. And then we got the Chamber of Commerce with the kickball tournament. We got Bob Cuban Brass there. That's going to be another great event. And then our Veterans Day thing is going to be great. It's actually going to be in the 100th anniversary of Armistice Day this year,
You're right.
November 11th.
Yeah.
And lastly, McGraw, I'd like to put a plug in for Thursday. There's a meeting on Prop D at.
What is Prop D?
Prop D is for the gas tax, for our much-needed gas tax for our state roads, and it's going to be a meeting in Maryland Heights from 8 to 10:30, I believe, at their Civic Center. Prop D, Missouri has got 47th in funding, and it's got the 7th most roads to maintain. So that's not a good combination when you don't have enough money to do it.
So you're out promoting vote for Prop D.
Yeah, I was on the Transportation 21st Century Task Force. The need is great. MoDOT does a good job. We just need to get behind this so that Missouri can take the rightful place as we have the infrastructure to support the economy here in this Midwest region.
I don't want to get yelled at. Is it too early to talk about Valley of the Flowers?
Valley Flowers, aren't you going to be with us next year?
Whenever you want me to be. So I just want to make sure that's on the docket as well. Mayor Tom Lowry, Chief Timothy Lowry, mayor here soon enough. Current Mayor Tom Schneider. Guys, thanks for coming in.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
You got it. Music says we're